Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Jorasz here, and well, to be perfectly honest, I wasn't quite sure what I should upload. And I thought since I hadn't made any kind of video just talking about all the different things I like or whatever, I thought I'd do something like that, except in a rather interesting way. And the way I'm going to do that is I'm just going to introduce you to my pets, because each of their names um, is a reference to something that I really like. So, before we do that, though, this is just the inside of my house. Very bricky. Looks pretty strong, um, but pretty small, pretty cozy. You know, kind of like simple, but also it's pretty colorful and it's got all the comforts of home in there as well. Got a jukebox, painting furnace, cake, flowers, and of course my purple bed. But anyway, without further ado, let me introduce you to my pets. Alright, first of all, though, I just want to show you this other guy I got down here. Provided he's still alive. You'll see what I mean in a minute. I had to resurrect him 3 times because, well, the first 2 times he ended up dying. Third time, he just was being useless and distracted, so I had to get rid of him. So, this is his 4th iteration, and let me see if I can find him. I'll just go ahead and speed the video until I find him. Oh, there you are, Olaf. Bro, why are you just hanging around lava like this? I mean, it's not healthy for you. And whatever. He seems happy. So I'll just let you explore. Just don't do anything stupid, okay, buddy? Hey. Look at me when I'm talking to you. Just don't do anything stupid, okay, buddy? Alright, you got the point. Anyway, let's get with showing you my other pets. I mean, I guess you could consider him like a pet. It's like your pet snowman. But anyway, I used to have these 3 iron golems. First off, though, so yeah, if you didn't realize that already, Olaf is, of course, the reference to the snowman in Frozen, because Frozen's a Disney fairy tale that I really like. Might be my favorite one, actually. I just love the theme of self-sacrifice and love triumphing over fear, or proving that love is greater than fear. So that's just a very heartwarming story, which is kind of a funny way of describing it since it's about heart freezing. So actually that was no pun intended. But anyway, I used to have some, yeah, so these are the remnants of the previous 3 Olafs. But yeah, that down there is Olaf 4.0. I used to have these 3 iron golems that would patrol the place, but since I don't have like a perimeter or anything, they all just wandered off and or died. The last one I saw was Mo, and their names were Mo, Larry, and Curly, after the 3 Stooges, because the 3 Stooges are really funny. Speaking of funny, I also had a pet llama somewhere. Although I realized just how, I don't know, seems kind of useless to me because I couldn't really figure out how to actually direct it when I was on it. But his name was Pacha, which is of course a reference to the Emperor's New Groove, because that's also really funny. But anyway, here's my 3 horses. Thankfully, after storming another fortress, I got 2 saddles, and then speaking of the Nether Fortress, there's my portal, all enclosed in this little box thing over here. Safety hazard, except it's got pressure plates, so it's still easy to get into. But anyway, after storming another fortress and a desert temple, I got 3 saddles, and so this one here is named Strawberry, brown horse, which is a reference to Strawberry from the Magician's Nephew in the Chronicles of Narnia. Because, you know, the Chronicles of Narnia is just a really great series. Just really love it. Second one is Paladin. Well, actually, I got this horse third, but that's not important. But anyway, Paladin, which is a reference to the Paladin upgrade to knights in the computer game Age of Empires, which is a really cool strategy, historical warfare based game. And the icon for the Paladin upgrade was a horse wearing golden armor. So I thought, heck, Paladin, that's a good name. And then my favorite one of the 3 is Cora, which is a Tron reference. At first I was going to call Cora Light Cycle, but Light Cycle just didn't seem catchy enough or endearing enough, so decided to call her Cora in reference to the character Cora from Tron Legacy, which is the last of the ISOs. And so, you know, you got this black and blue theme going on. So, yeah, got Narnia, Age of Empires, and Tron. Really cool. But anyway, last but not least, let me show you my dogs. And yeah, this is the work of the previous Olafs, but anyway, so I guess going from Minecraft color order. First one, white collar, is Snowy, which is a Tintin reference, which is referring to Tintin's dog, Snowy, which is a white dog. Here's Hugh, light gray collar, which is a reference to Hugh of Borg from Star Trek Next Generation, which is the Borg that became sentient or became self-aware. Dark gray one is Gandalf. I don't need to say where that's from. Black collared one is Bendy, as in Bendy in the Ink Machine, which is a pretty cool indie horror game, which is not scary enough to the point where I wouldn't want to watch it or play it or anything. Unfortunately, I didn't get to play it even on mobile because for some reason my phone's not compatible. But anyway, brown collar one is Mocha, which I at first was thinking of naming something chocolate related. I mean, it still is chocolate related, but you know, just like cocoa or choco or something like that. And then I started messing around with the word chocolate, like chocolate, and then I was thinking, oh, mocha, because I love coffee too, and coffee is also brown, and so mocha is that happy middle ground between the two. Anyway, red collar is Zuko, in reference to Zuko, the exiled prince from the Last Airbender. And Zuko is my favorite character. Orange colored one is Kevin, as in Kevin from 321 Penguins, if anybody's ever heard of that. Sinestro is the yellow collared one, which is of course the character from the Green Lantern universe, which is a really cool universe I really like. And Sinestro is a pretty cool character. Light green one is Loki, which is in reference to the Marvel universe. And Loki's a pretty cool character. He's a pretty tragic character too, but you know, I also like the actor Tom Hiddleston. He's a pretty great actor. I like him. Dark green one is Liwa, which is a Bionicle reference. He's my favorite Bionicle from the Toa Mata. Just got a great enthusiastic personality and all that. And also he talks funny. Anyway, cyan colored one is TARDIS, which is of course a Doctor Who reference, which I'm not like a Doctor Who nerd or anything. I just like saw like, you know, several episodes or whatever, but you know, I was just working in an area where people were watching Doctor Who, and I just happened to take a look, and I was like, you know what, this is actually kind of cool, because I had heard of it before that. Anyway, light blue one is Anakin, and Anakin is my favorite character from Star Wars. Not like the prequel Anakin, I mean Anakin as a whole, like, you know, him going from being a kid to becoming a Padawan, to becoming a Jedi, to becoming Darth Vader, to killing the Emperor and saving his son. You know, Anakin as a whole, I think I just love the story of Anakin Skywalker. It's pretty heart-wrenching. Yeah. Anyway. Blue one is Sonic, which is of course a reference to Sonic the Hedgehog, which is also funny. You know, TARDIS and Sonic, like I'm not like a Sonic nerd or anything, but Sonic's a pretty cool video game character. I kind of like the concept of the blue hedgehog just running real wild, and it was just a lot of fun watching my younger brother play Sonic games growing up. Anyway, purple one is Danju, which is a reference to Knight's Kingdom, which is also another Lego set or series. You know, they were about the same height as Bionicles, and you know, they were knights. There were 4 of them, and they were all kind of based off of like the Three Musketeers and D'Artagnan, and they all had like these powers or whatever. And Danju was the purple one, and his power was like, you know, extreme like intelligence and intuition and wisdom and all that stuff. Which some may not consider superpower, but it still kind of is. But anyway, magenta one is Zetranaya, which is a double reference to the fact that I love math, which, long story short, I would doodle a lot in notebooks and stuff, and, you know, would make them like math-related villains or I had an idea of math-related villains, or like stuff like that. And I thought of creating a hero for my doodles, and so I created one and called him Zetranaya. And the reason it's purple, it's also because it's a reference to my YouTube channel. If you'll notice, my logo is a Z and a 9. And, later on, I thought of changing the name Zetranaya to Zetro when using it as a username on this one site, but then it was saying Zetro was taken, so then I was like, okay, so then I added a 9, which is like a reference to the Naya part of the name. So then that's what the 9 is about in the logo. And last but not least is the pink colored one, which is Natsuki, which is of course a reference to the Doki Doki Literature Club, which is, you know, a romantic horror game. And not a whole lot of people really like Natsuki, but honestly, Natsuki kind of became my favorite one of the 4 gals. Especially, like, I mean, I just really related to Natsuki a lot, honestly, just like when you really when you become intentional towards Netsuke and you really see what she's going through. And also just when you see how she's starting to realize that you're trying to impress her, and just like that like emotional excitement mixed with her tough exterior is just honestly really cute and really entertaining. But anyway, y'all might be looking at all these names and you might be wondering why in the world there's no Metroid reference, because anybody who's been looking at my channel a lot will know that I am a big Metroid fan. Well, that is because you may recall I am the Metroid reference. See, this is my personally designed Dark Samus skin. Whoops. Oh, okay, got it. Yeah, I've always been a big Metroid fan ever since I was 7 years old. I was just watching somebody play it, and really stuck with me, and it was just the coolest thing in the world to me. And also Dark Samus is my favorite character from Metroid. Especially when I really thought about how Dark Samus is just kind of what she represents, and the conflict between her and Samus. It's just a really great theme. I really like it. But anyway, that's just what I wanted to talk about today. I hope y'all enjoyed. And as always, God bless, and I hope to see you next time. So, ciao!